Many candidates for Dude of the Week. Austin Riley last night, my goodness. I talked about Correa. We can talk about any number of people. But I want to give it to a guy that we probably don't talk about enough. Pablo López of the Minnesota Twins. 7 shutout innings in Game 2. And of course, he's been the subject of much discussion this season. Pablo has, because of the trade that brought him to Minnesota with 2 prospects in exchange for Luis Arias, who was threatening to hit 400 for a good part of the season and who had a great year for the Marlins. This trade will be debated as we go forward, but right now, I'm going to agree with J.J. Cooper of Baseball America, who wrote on Monday that no, this is not a debate anymore. You'd rather have the top of the rotation starting pitcher than the second baseman, even if the second baseman can hit 400 any day of the week. I tend to agree with that. And that's not even including the 2 prospects the Twins also received in the deal. Pablo López, there was some question about his health coming into the season. There was some question about whether he was that guy. Well, in Game 2, he certainly was that guy. All season, he has been that guy. Pablo López, Dude of the Week. Dork of the Week, I'm going to give it to Blue Jays general manager Ross Atkins, and not simply for the Barrios decision, which he claims he was not a part of. If it was that alone, if it was simply the Blue Jays making this mistaken call and doing it in a collaborative sense and saying, hey, we did it and that was that, I wouldn't have a problem with it. You're not going to be Dork of the Week for that decision. All teams collaborate. All teams make these kinds of decisions. It's the way the game is today. Many of us, including myself, thought that was the wrong decision. You let Barrios go. Watch the game. I wrote about this the other day. But that's not why I'm giving Ross Atkins Dork of the Week. I'm giving him Dork of the Week because of what he said in the aftermath. Rather than say, this was organizational, this was collaborative, he said, no. That wasn't the case. Okay, I'll take him at his word here. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But even if you give him the benefit of the doubt, here's the problem. He threw his manager under the bus. He said, no, this was not my decision. This was John Schneider's decision. Now, if you're a leader of an organization, I don't know that finger pointing is the way to go in a moment of crisis. This was the ultimate in finger pointing in a big crisis. It's not right. And that decision probably was the reflection of collaboration, because all decisions teams make today are reflections of collaboration. They brag about it. We are a collaborative organization. They hire managers because he can collaborate with the front office. We hear this all the time. And then suddenly, in this moment of truth, they're not collaborating. It's all on the manager. Not buying that. And I'm really not buying throwing John Schneider under the bus. So Ross Atkins can say what he wants. He can say what he believes to be the truth, and he can defend himself. And I understand him feeling the need to defend himself. But I'd like to hear John Schneider's version of this. Not just his sanitized version, which I'm sure we're going to hear, but the true version. What he's really feeling about his general manager and what he said about that decision. Not cool. Ross Atkins, Dork of the Week.